Thanks for being here. We're just extremely thrilled to have the opportunity to be playing in the championship game of the WNIT, but most importantly to be getting to have the opportunity to host the championship game of the WNIT right here in the Dakota Dome, and we're expecting just an incredible game. We've got two very senior-laden teams coming out here tomorrow, and just I have a ton of respect for experience, and so I think it's just going to be some great basketball.
All right, let's start us off with questions.
They always say you win by senior leadership. Do you believe that to be with these two teams?
Absolutely. I think there's no question. I mean, we've leaned heavily on all five seniors that we have in our program all season long, and it just appears that's the same thing that we're seeing in our opponent as well. And they have 9 listed seniors on their roster, and I think when I was watching some of their conference tournament games, 7 that were active and available, and some very, very talented upperclassmen seniors that they've been leaning on as well.
What did you see in their defense that is going to be cause for concern?
Well, I mean, they're very stingy. I mean, they just don't give up very much. They kind of play, aggressive, but pack line. They take a lot of charges. They block shots. They are long, and they're very active and aware defensively, and just have made it very difficult for a lot of really good offenses to score points. So we'll have to execute to perfection.
Nick, are there some parallels between this team and the team you're playing in, you, and that had a great regular season? Or one blip on it, and then since then they've kind of made the most of it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, they did really well. They play well at home, and they did well in their conference. And so I think them coming into here, it's going to be a good test for us. 2 great teams, like Coach said, and it's going to be a good kind of, I guess, they're a great defensive team. We're a good offensive team, and we're also a good defensive team. They're a great offensive team. So it's going to be, I think it's going to come down to the last 10 minutes, and it's going to, we're all going to give it our all, and it's going to be a good test.
Nick, what's it like at home for you right now? I mean, are there a lot of people getting up at weird times of night to watch the live stream in Australia? What's it like for you at home?
Yeah. The time difference for home for my family and stuff to watch, it's 15 and a half hours ahead, so they're going to be getting up pretty early to watch that, and some of my old coaches even said they don't care about getting up early to watch, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, playing at home here with our fans, the way that they've been encouraging us these last few games in the WNIT is just incredible, and last game especially it was amazing to play in front of that kind of crowd, and I think that really helped our team a lot. And I think what it's been projected to be this next game is going to be another great showing, and it's going to be just so much fun to play in front of.
After that kind of big emotional win, maybe Kelly and Nicole, any challenges in just getting ready to play a top level, team? Obviously, they're ranked very highly in the mid-major polls and well thought of. How about your mental approach to that?
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be tough. I mean, last game we shot really well, and so to come into a game, it's hard to kind of be thinking, you're probably not going to have a shooting performance like that again, but I think, we've kind of proven ourselves that even if we don't shoot that well, that we can still win games. And so I think we, especially like you said, they're another good team as well. So I think the last game, it gave us confidence. We just got to go in there. We play at home. We always have confidence when we play at home. We are treating this just like another game. It's the next game on our schedule, so we're going to go out there, play hard like we always have, and the results will take care of itself.
Kelly, what has been like this week, kind of back-to-back games here, where the level of engagement with the community has got to be a little bit crazy in comparison to what it was?
Yeah, it's just been awesome. I mean, you go to Walmart or Hy-Vee and everyone's like, oh, hey, great game. We can't wait to watch on Saturday. And just having community support like that from our amazing fans has been so cool. And obviously the show out at the games has been unreal. I heard the line for student tickets was outside the muck today. So just having that outstanding community support, the community kind of has wrapped their arms around this team, and it's been cool to be a part of.
What's this mean to your program that you still play?
Well, I mean, there's so many things that we're benefiting from with this opportunity, and you know, just to continue to be playing, it's garnered a lot of attention for our program, but also for our university, and we're proud of that. I think that there's been a lot of, you know, just Coyote support that has just kind of come out of the woodwork, and we're just so thrilled to be seeing that. We feel like it's just an outstanding way for us to send one of the best senior classes that we've ever had, you know, out in style to be able to have this success in making this run in this postseason tournament. And our returning players are just gaining really valuable experience from this this competition. So I just think there's a lot of really positive things that have been coming to our program and our university out of this this WNIT tournament and run.
Kelly or Nick, you know, you guys have been doing this. Abigail was talking about in the last press conference how you've been doing this since August, and you must be tired. But when you get out on the course, you're talking about how the crowd really helps bring life in you guys, and maybe sucks the life out of the opponents. Is that been what's happening out there? I mean, how do you feel physically at this point in the season, and how does that affect it, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has been a long season, and sometimes I'll find myself in the game, like with a couple minutes ago, I'm like, wow, I'm tired. Like, you didn't really feel that at the start of the season. Now you kind of start realizing it. But I think, you know, with our team, we know that we're going to be tired. You know, that's what we've kind of trained for, is that we know that we're going to be tired, and that's what happens in sports. You get tired, but you know, you stick together with with our teammates, coaches, and with the crowd. You know, they're kind of spurring us on, and you don't want to let anyone down. We all kind of have that I've got your back kind of mentality, and so we're always going to go out there, play hard, and not let that fatigue get to us. But yeah, the crowd has definitely been a huge motivator in that, and you know, we couldn't thank them enough.
I keep hearing this is the last game at the Dome, but you guys keep playing.
I know.
It doesn't want to get ready to get quite yet, but this is the last game at the Dome. What's that mean for you seniors?
I mean, it's just something really special. The Dakota Dome obviously is a historical site to play at, and yeah, we've kind of been joking about it. Last game at the Dome. But yeah, this really is the last game, and it's just been such a privilege to play for USD and play in this facility. Like, it's unique for basketball, but to have the support we've had and just playing here for all of our years has been great.
Amy, in these tournament games, it's kind of short turnaround with opponents you're not familiar with. Can you tell us a little bit what it's like for the coaching staff from the time that Oregon game ends to tip off tomorrow afternoon?
Right. I mean, there's no way that we could be having the success we're having without just the most amazing coaching staff. The assistant coaches just have been working tirelessly. They, when the Oregon game is over, from that moment, they are splitting duties to prepare detailed scouting reports on both Florida Gulf Coast and Michigan. And then by the time we have the team over to my house to kind of watch that game between those two opponents, they've got a detailed scouting report of personnel in front of them to be able to help, you know, as they're watching the game and learning matchups. And then once the game was over and the girls kind of went home to hopefully just rest and jump right into bed, we stayed up a little later and kind of had a staff meeting, talked a little bit through everything, and then they continued to focus. Now everybody on the staff goes into the mode of locking in on Florida Gulf Coast and preparing for today's practice. And for us, that's kind of the target, is when we start practice today, we need to have our game plan in place, what we want to do, our strategies, so we can send that message to our team and get ourselves as prepared as possible in this one day of prep.
You'll have one practice session basically between those two games.
Right, one practice today, and then one shoot around on the game day to kind of just finalize everything. But yeah, that's kind of it.
Girls mentioned the crowd's support that you had, and you guys got off to a great start against Oregon to get them into a 9-1 run, 10-point lead after one. How important is the first 3 or 4 minutes to get the crowd into it and build off that momentum on Saturday?
Yeah, the start of the game is always pretty important. You know, not so much not thinking about the crowd, but just for us. I mean, if we can go out there and have a good start, it's going to kind of set up the whole game. But we've also had games where we haven't had a good start and we've still managed to get wins. So, I mean, we like to have a good start and get out there. It shows that we're mentally ready. We've, like Coach said, we've got the game plan. We know what's going on. But the crowd, when we don't have good starts, is definitely huge for us. Just to get them into it kind of, I guess just makes us excited for what's to come. And I don't think they kind of give us that encouragement that even if things aren't going so well, that we can kind of turn it around, and they've got our backs as well.
Kelly, you watched the Oregon game start to finish, or any
No,
part of it?
I haven't really had a chance to, but I talked to my brother. He watched the game, streamed it back home, and I talked to him right after. He goes, I'm going to watch it again. So, I haven't had a chance to watch it, but just trying to move on to Florida Gulf Coast.
Kelly, maybe comment on sort of the bookends of your time here. Your last game as a freshman versus your last game as a senior.
It's just been absolutely crazy. I mean, these 5 years have gone by in the blink of an eye, but coming to USD has been the absolute best decision of my life, and just the relationships I've had here, the people I've met are absolutely second to none, and then being able to get that education and then play Division I basketball, what more could you really ask for? So it's just crazy that it's all coming to an end tomorrow, but basketball is going to be over with, but the friendships, the relationships I've made, those will last a lifetime. So I'm just thankful to have teammates and coaches and friends here that I can always call on the phone and just talk like we haven't seen each other forever.
And you'd be the only player on the team that's played Division II and Division I basketball here. Is that no? Your first year here was.
Yeah, my freshman year we weren't eligible for the NCAA tournament. So we had a kind of like a bid party for the WNIT, which is kind of funny because that was all we could make back then. So it's just crazy to see how far the program has come since then, and to be in the championship game of the WNIT. It's awesome.
Coach was saying it was hard for you to be students the last few weeks, going to her house, watching the games. I'm sure you're getting on a plane the next day. Can you talk about what that's been like?
Well, I'm in a unique situation because I only have one class a week to go to. Senior year, last semester is kind of like that. But, the younger kids, we all remember when we had like 3 classes a day, or you have a lab to go to, or you have a group project. So they've really been handling it well. And just the professors have been so nice to us. I know even the classes I've had to miss, my professors are always like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll just make up your stuff later, good luck. And so it's just been outstanding, the support, and just how everyone has really had to step up their time management game, but they've done a great job of it.
Any more questions?
Who's going to make Sports Center?
Oh my gosh.
It has been a unique week with that. I think in my entire coaching career, I can't think that I've ever had a top 10 play on SportsCenter, and then to have 2 in 1 week. And I saw somebody tweet the other day that who would win in a game of horse, Jasmine Trimboli or Taya He-Miller. Is kind of a funny tweet, I thought. But certainly have had some spectacular shots, and just right now, I'd just take the standard plays. We'll take those.
And who would win in horse?
Well, they've clearly both got some trick shots up their sleeves, so.